Hi everyone, it's me, Natalie, and I'm here with a Monday check-in, Monday reading plans type video. I need to work out what to call these. I say that every week. I've got my tunic on. I'm having like a get stuff done kind of day. It's been really productive since 4 a.m, mind you. So that's where we're at. So I just wanted to let you guys know what I finished reading last week and then what my plans for this week are. So the first thing I finished reading was The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart. I read this with Kate Howe and had just such a great experience reading it with someone. You need to unpack this book. You can't sit in a corner by yourself and do this book. That's not how it works. So this is the story of Alice Hart, who, it's very hard to talk about this book without giving you an idea of what happens. This book is about how an abusive child grows up and how the things that are in her from her childhood and from her birth that she can never run away from. It's also about how people who take care of an abusive child try not to talk about what happened, and they also try to protect that child from making what they see are the same mistakes. And the result of that for Alice was not good. So yeah, it's a bit of a commentary on that. I feel like witty novels right now, but this is editing Natalie. But I kept saying that Alice Hart was an abusive child. She wasn't. She was an abused child. She had an abusive father. That's a very different thing. She was the victim, let me tell you. And yeah, I really needed to clarify that. So there we go. She was abused, not abusive. Okay. So well written. I am desperately sad when I need to be. I'm relieved when I need to be. I am punching the air when I need to be. I was completely involved in this book. I loved this. 5 stars for me, and a great Australian read. If you haven't read it, please do. It's really, really good. Then I carried on with great Australian authors, and I read Breath by Tim Winton. Holy moly, what a fantastic book. It's 5 stars for me again. I don't know why I haven't picked up Tim Winton more. I think it's the hype thing. Everybody, when they hear Australian author, everybody immediately thinks of Tim Winton, and I kind of wanted to be, you know, edgy and cool and not run with the crowd, but I mean, the crowd are running in the right direction. This is amazing. This is about a young boy who doesn't want to be ordinary, who lives in a small town in Australia and looks around at all of the people, including his parents, and just sees them living ordinary, boring lives. So he pushes to the extremes. He pushes the extremes in his body, and he pushes the extremes in his surfing to try and prove to himself that he's not going to settle for ordinariness. That for him led to a lot of self-discovery, a lot of heartache. The story is told from his perspective as an older man, and he's looking back on his childhood. There are a million lines in this that could be underlined and highlighted. I've written so many in my reading log. The writing is amazing. I said this was beautiful. This is better for sure. Tim Winton's writing is brilliant. So I know I just said that about The Lost Flowers, but please pick up this book. This is cemented 5 stars for me. I really enjoyed it, and this was given to me by like an in real life book friend who, this is her favorite book, so I'm so glad that I read it and I was able to enjoy it, because I actually have to face her over coffee and tell her what I thought. No, all jokes aside, it's awesome. Please read it. Do it. It's good. And then I finished Song of Achilles. I finished that last night. I read this with Paula from Joy Your Book, and that was awesome because I needed to kind of flesh out a lot of stuff over Voxer. This is a retelling of the Iliad, so Paula and I are going to read the Iliad next because we're really interested in how this plays out. I went into this book really blind. I knew it was good and that was it. So I didn't know it was a romance, which was just so lovely. But at the core, I guess it's about ego, it's about fate, it's about, it's about living the destiny that you've been pre-told. It's about honor. It was so incredibly sad, so incredibly easy to read. We didn't get bogged down in people's names. I knew everybody. Like I had a great understanding of who was who. I was worried about that, but it was just so well written. I need to read more Madeline Miller. I think it's Circe, isn't it, that she wrote next. So we're going to do the Iliad and then we'll do Circe. But yeah, 5 stars again. I had 3 5-star books. Great reading week. So that was last week. Now this week, it starts off with a bit of a bust. I have to share with you some really sad news. I have to take this back to the library. It's on one of those fast loan things, and I didn't know. And I haven't read it. And I waited a month and a half to get this in my hands, and I didn't even read the first page. So yeah, this has to go back today. It's overdue. I tried to renew it. There's a queue a mile long waiting for Pachinko at my library, so I'm going to have to purchase it, I think. So yeah, that's a sad news opening for this week. But yeah, no Pachinko. I'm bummed. I really am. I have started reading Written on the Body by Jeanette Winterson. Oh my gosh. It's only little, but this is serious. This is not a little fluffy read. I am, what am I in? 18 pages in. It's beautiful. Her words are beautiful. And she's talking about affairs and people cheating on their husbands or wives, or we don't know actually. The narrator hasn't kind of fleshed herself out or himself out. There's a page where the narrator talks about how she is the person that the married person is cheating on with. Oh, how does that work? I haven't had an affair, so I can't work that one out. So the narrator's the single one, I'm guessing, and she is with married people, married women. Oh, see, I say she. Okay. The narrator is single and they are with married women. And she talks about how she has, oh, see, she. Okay, I'm going to run with the fact that I think the narrator's a she. And I don't know whether it's because it's written by a woman. I don't know. I also think there's a high level of emotion. She talks about how they go into the lover. She calls it a lover. She talks about how after they have this conversation, which seems to go the same every time, which is the married woman who is naked lying on the bed saying how much she respects and loves her husband, and she doesn't know why she can't stop thinking about the lover, but she can't, and we just won't tell the husband because that will hurt him. Then the lover goes into the bathroom and cries, and I think maybe because I saw that as a serious, because I think all men are hard and cold, and I saw that as like a emotional female response. Totally being completely stereotypical in that response. Yeah, this is obviously doing some stuff that I didn't realize to my brain. There's a line here where she says, telling the truth was hurtful and so lying became a good deed. I think that was a really cool sort of one-liner about having an affair and how it all plays out. I think, yeah, I'm gonna love it. I have to get stuck into it, and today I just haven't yet. I wanted to finish this today. Let's see how we go on that one. We're still reading Nevermore. We didn't read any of this over the weekend because our son's got new scooters and we spent all of our time at a skate park and things like that. And yeah, we had stuff to do, so weekends are no good for reading. We'll get stuck into this again tonight. So I need to finish this. Oh gosh. I don't think my sons understand the urgency of finishing all the February books in February. I don't know how to explain to them that Mummy needs to get this done so I can do a February wrap-up with Nevermore in it. No, I don't think they'll understand that. Right, moving on. 2 other books that I want to read this week now that Pachinko's out, and these were the last 2 on my February TBR. Right, so I've got Beneath the Mother Tree which for I Heartathon I've put as the best cover because I love the look of all the tree roots mingling together. Like I said on my TBR, this is set on an island off the coast of Australia, and it's a mixture of Indigenous folklore, Indigenous history and Irish mythology. I don't know how those two are going to blend together, quite honestly, but yeah. So I'm going to finish that this week. And then this finally came in from the library, and this is for the Valentine's book. It was red on the cover, was the prompt. So this is the book Ninja. So this is an Australian book. It's about a woman who can't find a man, so she decides to plant books on public transport and put her name and address, I think, inside of them, or something like that. Put her details inside of them. And then if her thinking is that if she leaves a book that she loves there, the man of her dreams will also love that book, so he'll pick it up and then he'll look inside and want to return it to her, and then he will magically appear on her doorstep. I don't know if that's actually what she thinks, but that's what I'm taking from the back cover. So yeah, this could be a lot of fun. I have an audiobook, which I'm not listening to. Okay, I can't get into the rhythm of audiobooks. I don't commute a long time. It's 5 minutes to school and 5 minutes to home, or 5 minutes to town. I live in town, so I don't have big commutes. I just don't think to turn it on when I'm pottering around the house. I put BookTube videos on. How do people manage keeping up with BookTube and listening to audiobooks? Anyway, it's just not coming naturally to me, so I don't know whether I'm going to get Reckoning by Magda Szubanski. But I've listened to the first 2 chapters, and her narration is fantastic. Of course, I knew it was going to be. But I cried. She spoke about the death of her father. That was really incredibly moving, her words. So it's not like it's bad. It's just I don't think to do it. And there's been a couple of times I've gone on walks and things like that, and then I just haven't put it in my ears. Why haven't I done that? Okay, this is going to be a slow process. This is my first audiobook, so this might take a while, but I need to start remembering that it's there. Okay, so this is what I'm reading this week. Wish me luck. It's going to be a stretch, but I'll enjoy doing it, I'm sure. Let me know what you guys are reading this week. I'd love to hear what's happening in your reading life. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Gotta go. Bye.